Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about something that honestly we don't like talking about, and that is the availability of live minnows. As you can expect, as hard as the winter has been on us, it is even tougher on the fish and the minnows in area lakes and sloughs, and that has really put a crimp or really tightened up the availability of minnow supply. And we're hearing from our people that we get our minnows from that the availability of minnows this spring may be quite difficult, especially even into the summer, that a lot of minnows in the sloughs have been dying off left and right. So you might want to start thinking about plastics, and that's what you can see behind me. You know, there's no doubt that live bait, you can't replace live bait, but plastics do a great part of that to try to replace the action that a live minnow can actually present and trigger a strike. We have a great selection of swim baits that you can see behind me that like the walleye assassins. You're not going to find a better selection of walleye assassins anywhere else. Plus, though, what we also carry is the split tail walleye assassin. So again, that gives it a nice little action that a minnow would typically provide. In this spring, depending on the water levels, that may be the way to go. And there's other types of plastics out there as well. The Berkeley Gulp minnows are one of the more popular plastics that we sell throughout the entire season. But again, in the spring, there's really no reason why you don't have a package of artificial baits such as the Berkeley Gulp minnows along with you, even if you have live minnows at that point in time. The other ones, again, the jerk minnows from Kalen's, the Zoom flukes, all of those are great plastics that you can use this spring when you're out there casting with jigs. And we have plenty of open water jigs on hand. We'll have more in the next week. But again, we have all your tackle needs that you would need for open water. But the thing that I want you to keep in mind is that the availability of minnows may be tough no matter where you go. The price may have to go up if we do get some. But again, we'll keep you informed as much as we possibly can. But as you would suspect, due to the tough winter, the minnow supply may be quite tough throughout the upcoming months. Well, do I have to go on and keep singing that same old song? And honestly, if you've never heard me sing before, you're not going to want to hear me sing now. I'm not going to torture you, to say the least. There's some things that should just be left unheard, and me singing is definitely one of them. Boy, I tell you what, Mother Nature just won't let up. We have a lot of wind this past week and into the weekend. Some decent weather on Sunday and Monday. But another storm system into this area yesterday and another one coming in tomorrow. So, again, it is just unrelenting to say the least. And the number of people that have been going out have been few and far between. A lot of people have been going out, sending up tip-ups around the area looking for that pike because this is the time of the year that the big pike can be caught. And if you're looking for pike, we have a great selection of large smell. You're not going to find any larger smell than what you can find right here at Dakota Angler. But other than that, there's a few guys going out catching a few perch at Big Stone. Also, Dry Lake by Clark has been producing a few. Also, walleyes there, but again, it's been few and far between. Dry Lake by Willow Lake. Also, Thompson's been producing a few walleyes as well as crappies. And the crappies have been decent size. But again, as I said, if you don't have tracks or even a snowmobile is tough, but if you don't have tracks or a snow bear, you're not going very far, especially like in Thompson. They've plowed out some roads around the area, and thanks to the guides that have done that. So in other words, you may be able to get on the lake. You just may not be able to go where you want to go. So keep that in mind this upcoming week. We just need some stable, warmer weather to help melt a lot of that snow and help rescue some of these lakes. Some of these lakes are in really tough condition as far as oxygen levels, and that's a great concern as we head into spring. But again, if you don't have tracks or a snow bear, getting around the lakes and getting onto the lake itself is quite tough. Normally, this is the time in the report that we would share photos with fish that have been caught this past week, but the fishing's been so slow there isn't any photos to share. But if the fishing picks up and you'd like to share your photo with us, please send it to us. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And before I end this week's report, as you can see behind me, we're getting more and more open water stuff out and less ice fishing stuff. Even though, quite honestly, we could have ice around here till latter part of April, especially up north. And we'll just have to see what Mother Nature has in store for us. So we're slowly moving the ice fishing stuff out. But that doesn't mean you can't order it from us, even though we don't have it here in the storefront. Feel free to give us a call at 605-336-9132 to order anything ice fishing related, or check us out on the website at dakotaangler.com, and we'll send it out to you as soon as we possibly can. And again, folks, if you have any questions about what you've seen on the report or any other fishing reports that you'd like us to pass on to you, don't hesitate to give us a call. That's what we're here for. It's 605-336-9132. Well, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week, and again, thanks for watching, folks. We greatly appreciate it. Stay healthy and stay safe.